Hello, West Coast.
Hello, East Coast.
So what do we got here? We have some rum, eh?
We do. This is
And
an interesting one.
You were kind enough to send me a little sample of your bounty.
The bounty, yes. The Booze Fairy drop-off a few weeks ago, yes.
So anyhow, what we have here is, what's it called? The Chairman's Reserve rum?
St. Lucia Distillers.
You want me to read a little bit here? Or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is the Chairman's Reserve rum. Chairman's Reserve is known by rum nerds as a single blended rum, as it is a blend of column and pot still rum from the same distillery. St. Lucia's Distillers is a small distillery with a great diversity of flavors, as they have 3 pot stills and a twin column coffee still, as well as use 2 independent yeast strains for different fermentations. Chairman's Reserve is predicated on top quality and distinction, and only used Bond Sucrose, fair trade certified molasses. Created by Laurie Barnard, the last founding family member to hold the chairman's position at St. Lucia's Distillers in 1999, he experimented with blended respective casks of pot still rum and column still rum. By returning the blended rum back into oak barrels for additional aging, Barnard created a soft, well-balanced, and flavorful spirit that has become the benchmark for St. Lucian rum. So that's what we got here.
Fascinating.
It does, doesn't it?
It really is. It is fascinating having column and pot stilled spirit put together. That's kind of cool.
I don't really know a whole lot about rum production.
Well, I think you generally either use a column or you use a pot. You don't use both. So, you wouldn't necessarily put them together.
But I guess with whiskey, it's for blended whiskeys. The grain whiskey is probably made in a column still, right?
Correct.
And then the other stuff will probably be made in a pot still?
Correct.
Okay. So that's the difference. And then you put them together, and obviously,
Yeah, it's just you get different flavors when you're using a column still versus a pot still. So it's kind of cool. Kind of different.
Fascinating.
It's definitely a pretty color.
Yeah, it is. It's got you know what it is. You know what it is. You know.
It's very, very amberish.
It is. Oh. By the way, I could smell this again from here. It's really, really fragrant.
When I poured this, and it's about a foot and a half away from me,
yeah,
it just hit me in the face.
I'm getting a lot of like sweetness and just richness.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And this is 40%, right?
40%. You're not getting alcohol on this. This is all flavor, I think.
Oh yeah.
This is a very interesting.
From here, I'm getting like butterscotch.
From a distance, or you put it up
from
close?
a distance. I was like, what happened? Did someone open a big vat of freshly brewing butterscotch or caramel?
I was thinking sugar cookies baking. It's definitely wafty. You know wafty?
Yes, I'm wafting. My kids are wafting.
They are wafting.
Thank God they don't play sports. I can't even imagine.
It is really something else. And it's got some legs to it a little bit, too.
It does.
So it's a little richer than I expected.
Did you ever see 2 Days in the Valley?
No.
It's a good movie.
Did I?
It's an older movie.
Familiar.
Danny Aiello, James Spader.
I think I did see this.
And
I don't recall it.
And what I'm getting at is, I think that's the first time I ever saw Charlize Theron. So, speaking of legs.
Hubba.
Yeah, exactly. This is Charlize. Look at that. That is impressive.
Well, it really is. Well, it's rich and it's leggy and it's my kind of girl.
Oh, the smell is really good. I'm getting a little pineapple.
Wow, now that I brought this up to my nose, definitely tropical fruits.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's unmistakably rum.
Now, before you sent me the sample, you didn't try this at all yet, right?
No, I did not.
No.
I don't remember even smelling it because I poured it so quickly into that little sample bottle. But this is really amazing how much it's
so fragrant.
Permeating my kitchen.
This smells just real. I can't get over the smell.
Yeah, there's all those flavors you think of and smells with rum. You have cloves, you've got cinnamon, you've got butterscotch, you've got cookies, baking, you've got oatmeal. There is
grilled pineapple?
Maybe pineapple. Definitely some tropical fruits.
Oh, absolutely. I went in for a taste.
Me too.
That's pretty good.
It's lip smacking good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a interesting. There's almost a bitterness like tobacco or cigars after a long night or something in the air. I can taste it on my tongue a bit. But it's definitely all those flavors we talked about smelling. Now they're in my mouth.
It's got some heat too.
A little bit. There's a little bit of heat to it. There's a little bit of lingering going on.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect that. I kind of figured that it's going to dissipate pretty quickly.
So we'll start.
Wow, the legs are really crazy on this. They really
Charlize,
are.
man. Charlize, I'm telling you. Watch that movie.
Man. This is like Aeon Flux.
So yeah, this is really nice. I don't get as much tropical flavors in the rum as much as I did on the nose, but I am getting like, a good bit of sugar, like a light brown sugar or like, again, the caramel or the butterscotch, some cinnamon, a little bit of vanilla, not a lot of that though.
No, a little bit oaky. I'm not getting the fruits like we did on the nose. I'm getting more burnt flavored fruits on this on the palate here. It's different.
That's pretty good. That is really nice.
It is nice.
It's got a little bit of I don't know, like not a bitter note like you were saying, but like a little something in the finish that's kind of lingering. Yeah,
and I get it on the side of my tongue, and I cannot figure out what that is, except the only thing I could think of was cigar, tobacco-y thing.
I could definitely see this making like, what's the one drink you could do? You could do an old fashioned with this.
Oh, sure.
A plethora of tiki drinks. It would probably mix really well with pineapple juice.
It's got a lot of flavor to it. It's not a polarizing rum where, you get some of these, our buddy Lee likes those, and I do too. I like the funky Jamaican style rums, and that are just kind of wacky, crazy flavors that are just exploding all over the place. That's not this in that way. And those you can't, I think, those are weird in cocktails. This is perfect. This is going to be perfect in a lot of cocktails, I think.
Mm-hmm. I need a little bit more here because you know what? On that last sip, and I don't know if it was just because we were talking about it, but I got a little bit. I did get a tiny bit of pineapple on the back end.
Pineapple's interesting because you got that sweet and sour thing going on. You got that tartness, and there's a bit of tartness here. With all the sweetness going on in all the other parts of this thing, there is this weird tartness. So I think there is some interesting fruits.
That's very good.
Yeah, I really like it.
And I'm curious to see what LA Cocktail comes up with or decides to use this in.
Well, that will be the interesting part of this experiment is how well this works in a cocktail from the tiki world. You said this was relatively inexpensive, didn't you? This is like
it's like under $30.
Under $30.
All right, I'm going to give this a quick little rating here. On the nose, I give the nose an A. I thought that was just fantastic.
The nose was A+. I really loved it.
I would definitely give the nose an A. I give the taste like a B+.
I'm going to say A for aromatic on the nose.
There you go.
For a $30 rum, I think for a solid B+ is definitely where we're going on this thing.
Absolutely, but the nose though, the nose just really makes this.
Yeah, it was just a little mind blowing when we poured it.
It smelled fantastic.
Totally.
So, I guess we could wrap this thing up.
Sure.
Again, look forward to seeing what LA Cocktail, aka Mrs. Satellite Engineer, comes up with.
And we will find out shortly.
Cool, and we'll do that. We'll put it in the notes. So when everyone's done watching the video, assuming they survive our banter, we'll leave you a link to the cocktail that we come up with. Exactly. We're so charming.
We are charming. And very tall.
Charming. And devastatingly handsome.
And you're going to be drunk here pretty quick on this stuff. It's pretty good.
All right, sir.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.